So, Matt, I don't know. Why don't you tell us how you feel about Shedeur Sanders? Do you think he'll be a first-round quarterback?
You can attribute that to me. I've heard all the same things. I think all of us have, especially coming out of the combine, Dan, where you all kind of everybody goes to the same three restaurants in Indianapolis and talks late at night. We're all kind of hearing the same stuff. But I would agree with that. I think it's hard to find a team right now that says, yeah, that's our guy. You're crazy. And I just put an article out last week before the combine or during the combine, actually. And it was ranking the quarterbacks from the past 5 years. Shedeur Sanders was second to last. Kenny Pickett was the only quarterback with a lower grade than him coming into the NFL. So that is in line with what I've seen watching the tape over the last 2 years. It's what I hear talking to as many scouts and coaches and general managers as I do this time of year. A lot of people want to like Shedeur Sanders. I don't get the feeling that teams love him. Not the way that they do Cam Ward. There's a sizable gap right now to where I think you could easily say this year there is a consensus number one quarterback, which is rare. That doesn't often happen. Even last year, with all the Caleb Williams love, there were teams that like Jaden Daniels. There were teams that like Drake May. We have a true consensus number one quarterback this year, and it's Cam Ward from Miami.
Okay, is this just football that we're talking about with Shedeur Sanders? Now, Cam Ward, we can get to him in a moment, but is there a smear campaign with Shedeur Sanders, or are people just being honest with the talent or performance that they saw?
So I think it's both. I do think that it's about football. He is 6'1". He put on some weight for the combine. He got up to 212 pounds. He played closer to 200 pounds. He doesn't have the biggest arm. He's not the greatest athlete. I know for folks who didn't watch Colorado play, he might be Deion Sanders' son, but he got his mom's feet, right? He's not a 4'3" athlete. But he is incredibly tough and he's incredibly accurate and he's willing to stand in the pocket and make some plays. I do think on the other side of that is there are going to be people that are going to see players differently. I've talked to young scouts who loved their interviews with Shedeur Sanders. I've talked to older scouts and general managers who were put off by him. And I think that's going to be the case for a lot of the new era of athlete coming into the NFL where guys are making millions of dollars in college football now. It has prepared them for life a little differently. And so I think you are going to get a disconnect. I tend to not put a ton of stock into those quotes from scouts and GMs of, oh, we didn't like this interview. It's different if everyone tells you the same thing. I remember asking about Will Levis, and everyone I talked to said the same thing was like, this guy is just like pent up. Like he's trying to be a perfectionist. He's not smooth. He's not fluid. The conversations feel like he's going to have a heart attack. Well, guess what? He plays the same way on the football field. So that's when I think it matters is when those interviews match with a play style. Shadeur's a hell of a player. There's not that love for him out there right now in the NFL.